They're so good, I went back for more. And these days, I don't do a lot of going back for more. So, but these, it's been so long since I've had good pancakes, y'all. I had to go back for more. So, anyway, I was working on this list of some of the most Googled, or not Googled, but searched terms, most searched food items on YouTube. Bacon in the oven, so I'm going to show you just as soon as that oven gets up to temperature, we're going to put this in there and then keep an eye on it. That's just whatever bacon, and I just wanted to leave this out to show you when I've used the bacon that I want to use. For now, I put it in a zippy bag, and these are just the cheap ones. This is the Hungry Popper, by the way. So we've got some fairly thick bacon here, 2, 4, and 7 pieces of that, and we are up to 330 degrees. We're only 20 degrees away. Let's go ahead and put it in there, and I'm going to keep an eye on it because I like it not quite so crispy. So let's just put it in there real quick here, and you'll have to remind me to keep an eye on that. And so what I'm going to make for you this morning here is another, what seems to be another mystery, because they sure do sell a lot of pancake mix. But I'm here to tell you, you can make better pancakes without that mix. It's cheaper and it's better, and I've got a modification for you that's going to be listed down below. With the recipe, I'm going to list my modifications that make this an outstanding pancake. So I have right here, I have a cup of buttermilk, and on top of that buttermilk, I've poured a 1/4 cup of oil. The recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of oil, but I upped the flour to a 1 1/4 cups. So I just made it an even 1/4 cup of oil, because you need that for it to help release from the pan. And when I get to cooking these, you'll understand. So what I have here is the recipe called for a cup of all-purpose flour. There's about there is a 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour there. I up the eggs from 1 egg to 2 eggs, a little more protein in there, and we're going to whip those egg whites. So we're going to have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We're just going to put that right in there. I have 3 teaspoons of baking powder and a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Put that right in. And I have a tablespoon of granulated sugar. Now you could use brown sugar if you would like. So we'll put that in there. Let's get rid of these. And here, like I said, is a 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. Let's just put that right in. Let's take our whisk and just kind of combine this dry ingredients. Okay, that's plenty. Oh, by the way I did this, just so that I could have a systematic way of doing this, is I put my cup of buttermilk in the bottom, I put my 1/4 cup of oil on top of that, and we're going to put the eggs in on top of that, so we can whisk all the wet ingredients up together and incorporate them at one time. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you, this seems to be, this egg cracking thing seems to be a mystery to some, and so what we're going to do, we're going to crack this egg, we're going to put the yolk in here, and we're going to put the white in the mixer. That's how you do that. And then you just wash your hands. 1 second. I'm going to add to the recipe a little bit of vanilla. That really makes it a lot better. So we're just going to put about that much in there. Just do it to taste. And let's get these egg whites. You can mix your liquids and your dry. You can mix it all you want to, as long as you don't combine these two and then mix it a lot. So here we go. Go ahead and put that in there, and that is awfully thick. So we don't want it that way. I'll tell you that right now. We don't want it that way. This is where you got to improvise. You can do this. I'm telling you, you can do this. Because you want this, you want it to flow. You don't want that to come out of there in a chunk or in a big thick ball. We'll just thin her down just a little. There we go. There we go. Now she looks better. So now, one other thing here. Let's get a rubber spatula, and we're going to fold our egg whites into this here batter. Now, okay, so let's set in right quick right there. And we're just going to go ahead and yeah, this is going to be good. This is going to be just fine. We're just going to fold it in there. Now you don't have to do this step if you don't want to. You can just put one, or however you're going to do it. I'm going to list it out separately in the comments. But you can do it however you want. You can just throw it all in the bowl and mix it up. Now like I just said a little bit ago, don't get carried away with mixing, because these pancakes will be thick and tough. Just go at it real easy, and we're just going to stop right there. Put that in there. Check the bacon. Bacon smells really good over there. Yep, I think we're going to get that bacon out of there. Because Paul here, he does not like necessarily crispy bacon. That'll keep on cooking there for a little bit. And that's how you cook bacon in the oven. You can cook that to any desired doneness that you like. I think we better go, that looks a little. Let's leave it in there for just a smidge. So we have our non-stick skillet on the heat, and I put a little pat of butter in there and got that melted, and I took my 1/4 cup measure. I sprayed just a little oil in there to help this batter release. And I have a plate here to put the pancakes on. I have my, you don't need one this big. I just saw it and bought it on a whim. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. So we'll try a 1/4 cup of batter. And did you notice this batter is not, I mean, it's thick, but it's not so thick that it comes out of there in a clump. You don't want it to come out in a clump. You can, so I put buttermilk in there, and then when I saw the batter was going to be kind of thick, I thinned it out with some regular milk. You can do that. You could So let's oh, she's not ready for turning yet. When you try to turn it and it wants to mess it up where you slide your pancake turner under there, it's not ready. Little too light. So that's what we need to do, is get our skillet just a little warmer. Today, you'd think it would be a simple thing, and it is. The commercial food producers have tried to make it to where people think they need a mix. Well, my contention is it's really no different than just mixing it up from scratch, and it's much, much better. So I would encourage you to, well, first of all, you know, I've cooked out of this cookbook for a lot of years, and there is mostly recipes that everybody wants. So that's something you can, I'm really not promoting that. I don't get anything for it, but I just want to tell you that that's a good cookbook. If you can find one, go for it. So you can see the bubbles starting to form, and our edges are not quite dry just yet. Probably better turn this down just a smidge. So we don't want to flip it too soon because the pancake will not be dark enough. But I can see some bubbles there. Let's give this a shot here. Yeah, a little soon, but it'll work. It'll eat. So these are really light and fluffy pancakes. They are very delicious pancakes. It's not difficult. I mean, you saw me do it. So let's, as long as they're done, it doesn't really matter what the color of it is, but I will say they look a little nicer if you get them a little browner or more brown. They smell wonderful, and there's no reason not to make this. So how often do you have pancakes, you know? So one of my favorite ways to have pancakes is to put spread some butter on there, and then have a bigger pancake, spread some butter on there, and then cook a couple of eggs over easy, put them right on top of the pancake, and have that instead of a whole bunch of syrup. So I just have a little bit of syrup, and have they used to call that years ago in the cafes, they used to call that a pancake sandwich. So they used to be very common in the upper Midwest, the plains, right in there, Nebraska, South Dakota. I'm in central Iowa right now, just so you know. Here we go. There we go. Look. So let's stick there. Let's cover up that whitish one. I'm telling you, these are delicious, homemade, made from scratch pancakes. You won't regret making these pancakes, I promise you. I've been making this very recipe with the modifications, and I'll list those down below. I'll give you the recipe and the modifications in the description. So I hope that you'll make these pancakes for you and your loved ones, and you'll see that they are something to enjoy. So okay, so we've got some bubbles forming in there, and the edges are starting to look sort of dry. There we go. It's my pleasure to make this for you. So this can make your Saturday morning breakfast or Sunday morning breakfast extra special for you. So I encourage you to give it a try. It's, you know, give it a shot. So let's do that. Come on, get out there. I might, let's do a bigger one here just to show you. What the situation is. There's a bigger pancake. So just did this to show you what it's like to go ahead and make a larger pancake. You can make them about any size you want. Now at this point you could put some blueberries in there. You could put some pecans in there. Any kind of strawberry, fruit, strawberries, whatever you want. You can add them to this pancake at this point. I was going to do that and forgot about it, actually, because I've got some blueberries in the freezer there. So, but I typically just eat blueberries. I eat them with yogurt, with Greek yogurt. I just have Greek yogurt with some blueberries thrown in there. And a lot of times that's my supper or my breakfast, either way. So we got some good bubbles forming there. Let's see if we can get it flipped. Looky there, looky there. A little bit light, but not bad. But this is really good. So I thought we should have a taste here. There's no reason not to make your own. This isn't that difficult. You don't need a mix. And they're very good. And it's cheap, guys. This is very cheap. You know what? Back in the 80s, I had some friends who lived up in the little town of Sturgis, South Dakota. And they were extremely poor. About 90% of the time, they ate pancakes. And sometimes they had some hamburger to brown up and put in the pancakes. So, think about that. When you don't have exactly what it is you want to eat, just think about that. I haven't had pancakes for a very, very long time. It's just not on my radar of stuff to eat. But I'm really enjoying these. So, scratch-made buttermilk pancakes. And these are, the size of these are, it was a quarter cup of batter to make these. So see you on the next one, guys. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.